Evening all.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we are definitely live. Double checking my monitor screen. I'm supposedly live, but let's double check.
I'm glad we're live. And good. Okay, folks.
Because I'm not seeing it on my monitor screen. There we go.
Is good. Give us your feedback.
All right, there we go. Okay. So, evening all. We are currently pointed at Vega.
And I want you to say hi to my love daddy here, 'cause he is a handsome boy. And don't I look cute in the camera? Just kidding.
Hello all.
Calm
down. Calm down. Okay.
Welcome to our live stream. And when we're done with the live stream, subscribe if you like it.
Good job. I always forget to do that.
Woohoo!
So we are running a hot mic tonight. That means I am not muting the mic. So it's just going to be us playing around, watching the sky, and hopefully folks will watch it with us.
To visit your house, Tristan.
Okay. So we are currently pointed at Vega.
I have something to tell you.
Which is a nice, bright, blue-white star. It's one of the brightest stars in the sky. I'm a little off-center, so let's center up.
And if you are gonna do... Okay, so...
Wrong direction.
Would you like to... Now, always do the thing.
Do what thing?
Okay.
Do what thing? What are you talking about?
Also, I can't tell anybody because it's a secret. And also, welcome to our sweet live chats.
I'm trying to get used to running an alt as
going to be a
mount
very fun
again.
live stream.
I'm so used to doing this with an EQ mount.
I need you to be able to love my dad's handsome face here. Alright, guys.
Alright, you're talking too much. A little too much. Let's see. Why are you acting weird? I'm using the SLT mount, so it does not like being linked up with Sharpcap Pro.
Okay. So this is gonna be.
This may take a little bit for me to get. Quiet down. Quiet down.
I love the day.
I love you. Okay, so I'll call that close enough. All right.
I love it.
So, again, we are currently pointed at Vega. And we'll
so this is a very fun live stream here.
So, the Vega centered.
Oh,
down over
can
here.
you turn the mic on?
The mic is on. The mic has been on.
Boop, boop, boop.
So over here
I am
is
on
double
the
double.
webcam.
It is, this is a double star, and this is a double star. I'm really wide field tonight. Calm down.
Okay, I'll calm down.
So these are two double stars right near Vega.
All right.
So you have
this is so cool.
this little dot there, that's actually 2 stars.
It's so
And this little dot there is 2 stars. Now, we won't be able to see that up close, mostly because we're using a really long lens. So, all right. Now, may have a little trouble focusing here and there. That's because we will need to be zooming in and out. Or I don't have what's called back focus set. So when I zoom out, the focus is going to change, so I'll have to refocus. So it'll take a little time.
Astronomy is the best.
What?
Astronomy is the best.
Yes, it is. You're acting all kinds of crazy. Now, what was the discussion? Hey, stop a second. What was the discussion we had about doing live streams?
Actually, not goofing around the camera.
And what are you doing right now?
Goofing around the camera. I must have been doing that by accident.
So that little speck that passed by was actually Iridium 4 because we're a little off. The alignment was off. But we are able to see satellites, which is kind of fun. Now, I'm going to zoom out.
Yay!
And once we're zoomed all the way out, stop please, I'll readjust the field of view. And as you can see, my focus is shifting. So we will need to adjust the focus.
Hi there! I hope that everyone's watching. And I love the way the live stream's gonna be.
Let me try to adjust this focus a little bit.
I'm gonna make the live stream more fun. So, ta-da!
There we go. We'll keep zooming out.
Thank you for making astronomy more fun for me, Dad.
Thank you for enjoying astronomy with me. Now let's go ahead and readjust this focus a little bit, see if we can get it a little bit better. I think that's the wrong direction. Again, without the gear being set up correctly, it's going to be hit or miss.
You know what? I enjoy doing this astronomy science with my cutie dad, with my handsome Prince Daddy.
Calm down. Now we zoom out.
So.
Now it's going to be Vega right there.
You know, I like the way you feed me.
Now we are going to turn this off for a second. All right, so let me adjust exposure. And it looks like without the back focus set, we won't be able to go super wide tonight. But
you are the best.
Thank you.
Best.
However, we are still able to just pick up a little bit of double-double. I'll need to fine-tune this, but there's a little bit of double-double. Let's go ahead and bump up the exposure again. And again. And there's a sky full of stars. And And I have my plain white coffee cup.
Okay. So I love his plain white coffee cup because his
Calm
coffee
down.
just smells so nice, and it smells like preview. And his glasses are so shiny. I'm gonna give you a kiss.
Okay, just a second, folks. All right, somebody said that they will behave. Try not to act too silly as long as they can. We'll see how long that is. So,
I love this. This is just lovely.
this is Lyra. Now, let's go ahead and adjust this. And I think my Stellarium's set up. Okay, so we're a lot wider than that. Right about there, at 22.6. So while we're doing this, I'll show you kind of sort of how I have this set up. Plugins, field of view.
I'm acting
configure.
funny.
All right. Save settings. There we go. Now we should be okay.
Whoa.
Now the alignment's a little off, but for the most part, there's part of Hercules there. So what we're going to do is
Smile. All right.
we are going to go over to the Great Hercules cluster.
If you enjoyed the video, smile. I'm just kidding.
How am I going to see them smile?
Come on.
I can't see them smile from here.
You're making me burst laughing.
So we should now be centered right there. All right, so we are off a little bit. Let's do a plate solve.
Oh, a plate solve? What's a plate solve?
Good question. So what a plate solve does is it takes a picture of the sky and compares it to a map of the sky. So when it finds the part of the map that matches the picture, it lines up the scope. This may take a little while, so we'll let this run a little bit.
Woohoo! You know, astronomy is the best thing I've ever did with my daddy.
Astronomy is kind of fun. Now, this may not solve, so may not find a solution, may not find out exactly where we are pointing in the sky. It may take a little while, because I have a lot of maps to go through.
I know, and this is
While we're at it,
up the scope.
Let's just
Live stream.
go ahead and try to make this sky color a little bit better.
All right. I named the live stream.
Okay, so if you happen to see it, there was a little tick right there. That was not a meteor. That was not a satellite. And that was not a plane. What it looked like was what's called a cosmic ray strike. You have these cosmic rays in outer space, And sometimes they make it through the atmosphere and they strike the camera. When they strike the camera, they give these weird multicolored lines. Sometimes you get really jagged lines across the image.
All right.
So it doesn't look like it's going to solve. So what I will do is I will zoom in.
You're just making this more fun, kids. I love the way you make it more fun. Yay!
Let me go ahead and adjust focus here. Looks like I might have a satellite zooming across the that part of the sky.
Nice tool you're using for the telescope. This astronomy live stream is just making me burst laughing.
Why would you burst laughing on astronomy?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Okay. Let's try this again real quick.
Okay. There's a lot of stars. Okay. So this is gonna be lots of. And also enjoy your smiley faces.
There we go. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. This side.
Sorry.
What did I say about goofing off in front of the camera?
I am sorry.
Okay. So the camera's turned a little bit. So this isn't lined up exactly. But we can now do this. And it should zoom back into place. And there we go. That is the Hercules cluster. Let me turn off Stellarium real quick.
Okay. Look, I'm hiding in the camera.
And we'll do a little bit longer exposure.
The astronomy, that your tablet's doing the same thing. It's copying us.
Yeah, because we're watching chat. So if anybody wants to chat with us, they can.
Woo.
All right. So this is the Hercules cluster. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Digital zoom.
And I'm gonna live.
Now, the focus isn't perfect. The lens isn't great. Hey. Come on now. Come on. Okay. So the focus isn't perfect. But if we turn on Stellarium, it's the Great Hercules cluster. This right here
Yay!
is the Hercules cluster.
Yay! I love the Hercules cluster.
It is a group of thousands and thousands of stars, just in a tight little group.
All right, it's a tight little group. But okay, so it's time for me to get serious.
Okay, so get serious. So what are we looking at?
The Hercules cluster here.
Now tight little groups of stars like this are called globular clusters.
Yes. That is the educational thing I'm looking for. That is
Why are you looking at that screen? The camera's over here.
cool.
And I'm here. Come on. Okay. So what are we looking at? What are we looking at again? What's
It's
this?
the Hercules cluster.
What kind of cluster is it?
It's the globular cluster.
Globular cluster. And what's a globular cluster?
And it's a tight little group of stars.
Exactly. Exactly.
And also, actually,
Now,
this is gonna get very educational.
Now, do you know how far away it is?
No, I don't know how far away it is.
If you were paying attention, it would say right there.
It's what? How far?
22,181 light years.
Oh my god.
Now, for those watching that can't see that, there we go. There's our distance right here.
You know, this is why I like to do everything with Daddy.
Calm down. Calm down.
And also, don't it look pretty?
Did you eat a bag of sugar? I think you ate a bag of sugar.
Don't it look pretty? Yes.
Hey, you gotta calm down if we're gonna do astronomy live streams.
I ate a bag of flying jello.
Hey, Talia, you have to calm down if we're gonna do an astronomy live stream. Okay?
I just said something funny. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is just getting funny.
Okay.
Okay, time for me to go down. And also,
So I'm kind of adjusting Stellarium
jello bag is silly.
to get this to overlay. Now it's a little.
Sorry again.
Okay. So this is the Great Hercules cluster. It's a what kind of cluster?
The globular cluster.
And what is a globular cluster?
It's the Hercules cluster we're looking at here. Also,
yes.
It is a tight group of stars that I am pretending that my hands are here. And also, don't I look pretty in this educational live stream?
Stop. Behave. Come on, calm down a little bit. I know it's fun. I know it's a lot of fun. Okay. So, I'm going to zoom out Stellarium.
You see, when you eat a bag of little flying baggies eating jello, they're kind of sharp and they kill your neck.
Hey, come on.
I was just kidding.
Now, the next star we're going to look at is Polaris.
Yay! I'm going to eat Polaris. I ate it.
We'll make sure that we are slowing over.
No.
In fact, what we will do is we'll drop this down a bit.
The deeper
Now we're a little off.
the funnier it gets, the
because
funnier I love
that
it.
should be Polaris.
You know.
Hey, calm down.
Your shirt is so cute. Okay, time for me to get serious.
You haven't been
Better
serious
get
yet.
serious. Why are you laughing?
Because you haven't been serious
Yeah,
yet.
I know. Because although the
Now, this is a little laggy because, again, like I said, the telescope does not. The software I'm using doesn't like. Stop.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. Yay!
All right. So like I said, the software I use doesn't like for the camera.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Doesn't like the telescope. So we will do what's called another. We'll do another plate solve, and we will make sure.
Just pretend I'm sleeping.
That's not funny, honey. Okay, so Stellarium says the scope is pointed here. So we will do Polaris again. It's going to move the scope.
What?
And there we go.
Okay, so there's
So I have an option I'm going to turn on real
wanna
quick.
tell you. That's education.
Hey, hey, hey. Quiet down. Quiet down.
Education about astronomy. And also, it's a secret.
All right, hold on. So we are back.
Yay.
All right, so there's Polaris. Now, contrary to what many of us were told, Polaris, the North Star, is not the brightest star in the sky.
I know.
Well, you know because I'm your daddy.
I know.
It's not that bad behaving, you know. It's not that bad not making all kinds of noise, you know. Because in fact, we can look at more stuff this way.
Yay!
All right.
Oh, wait.
So again.
Let's not act out.
Okay.
You know,
Won't act out. All right.
I'm gonna end my talking soon.
Well, you can talk, but we're talking about astronomy. We're not being silly.
I am talking about astronomy.
But we're not being silly about astronomy.
You know, guys.
Okay, so.
I really love doing astronomy with Daddy, but you know, I'm gonna
Just kind of looking around.
end my voice soon. It's okay for me to talk, but Dad said I need to talk about important stuff about astronomy. Not being silly about it.
All right, let's see which way the scope is going.
I love.
No.
love you, Dad, but
So it wants to go all the way around the house, but we're not set up for that.
you know.
And that's because the cord wrap setup is, I didn't set it up so that the cord didn't wrap up. Otherwise, it just runs around and around and around and around. Okay, so while we're here,
we're gonna like talk about educational stuff together. Cause let's have a talk about educational stuff here. Wouldn't that be okay, Dad?
that'll be okay. Now, it doesn't looks like I'm pointing at the house. Oh no!
You're so funny.
We can't look at the house. The house is boring.
How about the cat's eye nebula?
We're going to do this.
Slow.
Now, I will zoom back out again.
Okay.
And we would look at what's called the Little Dipper.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
That's gonna be fun, but I don't want it to be the boring thing ever. Let's make it more fun.
We are making it more fun.
I know.
Let's make sure we're pointed in the right place. Because we don't want to be pointed it all over the sky looking at the wrong place going, why can't we find this?
You know, we can find the comet. I hope we can go back to find the comet. The comet by telescope.
You know they can't see you, right?
Yeah. You know,
See, you're off the camera. You're all the way over there. Okay. So I'm going to turn off the augmented reality overlay. And then I'm going to zoom out.
Yum. You know, I love stuff like this, you know, because it's going to be a very fun spending. And although I am happy that you can see me and that you are going to be our new visitors of our astronomy live stream here, and this is gonna be even more fun, isn't it, Dad? Isn't it?
Sure.
Okay, so let's have a talk about educational stuff.
Hold on.
Like the cat's eye nebula.
Well, we can't see the cat's eye nebula because of all the light pollution.
I know, cause you know, what does the cat's eye nebula even look like?
Well, we would need to look at a picture, but I don't have any pictures of it because I can't take pictures of the cat's eye nebula here.
I know, but also I can help you make the astronomy live stream more fun. Cause all right. It's gonna be a fun live stream mode. It's gonna be a fun live stream mode. La 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 la.
Hold on.
La, la, la,
Now I need to turn the overlay back on.
La 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 la.
Hey, what did you say? What did you say you were gonna do?
Behave, but I'm sorry. Well, okay. Time to get serious.
Yes. Okay. So
Now,
we are looking at the Little Dipper. See the stars of the Little Dipper here?
Very educational.
And Polaris is down here.
He helps me get serious.
You are so cute.
Okay. So, I want to tell something to you, and it's gonna be very special.
Now, the Little Dipper, this right here, is actually called an asterism. It's a pattern in the sky, but it's not a constellation.
It's not a constellation, guys. It's a very educational thing that I like to look at.
Okay.
And watch out for the alligators.
Alligators. Okay.
They're gonna eat you.
Now, Kalia. No alligators in astronomy.
Okay. I was just
Darken this up a little bit. And you can see the Little Dipper is part of a larger constellation.
You know, although we are going to be going live all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're being all kinds of silly.
And I know.
Now can I keep talking about this?
And also, I need to tell them something first. And although, just because you are handsome, I will show them a nice heart, saying that I love my father. And I am
love my daughter, this quarantine can't end soon
that
enough.
you
Oh my
are
God,
all
yes,
watching
it's
and
summer.
steam is rising from my head.
Well,
Okay,
grandparents,
it's
be
your
prepared.
turn to talk now.
Okay, so the Little Dipper right here is part of a much larger constellation known as Ursa Minor.
Nice speech. Good job. We're gonna have a conversation during astronomy.
The Big Dipper over here is part of a much larger constellation called Ursa Major.
I see something.
Now, I'm going to turn the pictures off. We have the constellation lines on.
Also, this is fun. And also, you like my skates?
I'll go ahead and turn these off.
Oh,
All right.
I love the way we're doing astronomy here, because I love
Now, we are going to try to go over to...
Hug me.
Hugs. All right.
And
we'll see how the mount's behaving and try to go over to my side.
Don't tell me that looked romantic.
Please don't go the other way. Please don't go the other way. Please don't go the other way. You're going to go the other way, aren't you?
Oh God, no! We want to look at what we want to look at.
Hey, calm down.
I know what to do.
I might be able to adjust the cables a little bit.
I'm gonna slip. Now my face is on the corner.
Actually, there's a setting I can turn on and off. But while we are doing this, see the Cat's Eye the Cat's Eye Nebula is right there. But see, the reason why we can't see it is because there's all kinds of light pollution. For example,
all kind of light pollution. Go to the Cat's Eye Nebula so I can see how much light pollution there is.
See this? See all this light pollution? So we can't see it.
But what does the Cat's Eye Nebula even look like?
Let me see if I can put up a picture of it.
Okay, let's put up a picture.
That's what the Cat's Eye Nebula looks like.
The cat on
So
Nebula
I'm gonna
is
go ahead
very
and
fun. Now make
hold
sure
on, Kalia. Hold on a second. I'm gonna turn this on, and then that's. I keep accidentally moving things around. Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, well, thank you. I love the way you love me. Because although astronomy is a fun conversation, because astronomy is where we can have lots and lots of conversation.
So it's not much of a
Although
picture here.
we're gonna have
Hey, I'm speaking.
we're having a conversation.
It's not much of a picture here because the way I have the overlay set up. So we can see it better than you guys, unfortunately.
Oh, because actually, you know,
I
I
might
like
be
it
able to
when
adjust this a little
you're
bit.
gonna see my pretty face.
Hello?
Woohoo.
Hello?
I can hear you. And although.
What? Didn't you promise you were going to behave?
Yes, but I'm sorry right now. Okay?
Then behave.
Whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh. Why is the mic moving every time we speak?
Because it's hearing you speak.
I know, because.
There. So hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better. That's what it would look like.
Yay! Okay, go back to
If
the
we could,
green.
if we could see it, that's what it would look like. So I'll go ahead and I'll turn the picture off. Go ahead and turn the camera back on. And I accidentally moved this again. Unfortunately,
okay, I'll get this.
hold on a second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. All right. So, where is the scope actually pointed right now? I don't think that's where you're supposed to be pointed, or where you're pointed. Let's try to do a plate solve and see if we can find out where we are. That looks like Hercules over there. Let me turn off the overlay for a second. Yeah, I could be wrong, but that looks like Hercules. Alright. We should be close. I think somebody got upset because she couldn't act out. But, hey, we were all little kids once, so I let her go for a while. Alright, yeah, I don't think that's going to solve us out. What we'll do, we'll zoom in. I think I have focus running wrong direction. Let's see. Zoom out a little bit. Now I promise next time I do this, I'll have the lens set up a little bit better. And I mean, as far as lenses go, this is an old um, security camera lens, an old CCTV zoom lens. So it's not super great. Kind of has a sweet spot right around here, but there we go. And it's going to recenter. I want to turn the overlay back on. And zoom in a little more. So we are zoomed in all the way. There we go. Okay, so we will try to go over to another globular cluster. That's if the scope will slew. I'm not sure if it's going to slew. We will try. Looks like it's going to act up. Okay, there we go. Had to wake it up. Now this is a lot dimmer. This is a bit dimmer, so we will need to go for a longer exposure. And that should be it right there. No, I'm running a sync so everything gets centered and all. So make sure the overlay's on. There we go. Now, I'm going to turn this overlay off real quick to see if we can get, should have a satellite passing through. Right there. That would be, that would have been Global Star. So again, like I said, we can see satellites. The alignment's off a little bit, so, and the timings are off a little bit. So not 100% perfect. I haven't updated my satellites in here, so we get to see a couple satellites, get to see some globular clusters, get to watch me fiddle around with stuff. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the live cam. Go ahead and turn off the webcam. See if we can drop this mic down a little bit. Okay. All right. So while we're over here, let's see what other satellites we can hit. I don't know if we'll be able to get that one. I could try going there real quick. See how quick it slews over. Actually, I'm looking around. Unfortunately, it looks like the telescope does not want to play nice. Looks like the mount does not want to play nice. So unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna have to end the stream early. But it was just a fun little stream, just playing around a little bit. Sometimes it goes on longer, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, either way, thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you had any kind of fun at all, learned anything at all, like and subscribe. I'll probably be doing a lot more of these live streams once I get things dialed in.